Hello everybody and welcome to the second webinar on MyAccount. This one is focusing on being a tutorial for our new business tools. So I'm Ian McDonald. I am a relationship manager with the board. These are some of the things that we're going to be going over here today. So we're going to be talking about accessing MyAccount, using MyAccount and the specifics within, and then some resources available to you afterwards that you can refer to should you ever need a little bit more information. Now, just as a reminder, we are using some new terms. You might previously be familiar with having a firm in division with us. So a firm is now going to be known as an account, and a division is now going to be known as a policy. I've spent a lot of time myself trying to relearn to build that capacity to say account and policy. We understand it's going to take a little time, but we know that you're going to get there. Accessing MyAccount. So, MyAccount will continue to be accessible through the main WCB website, wcb.ns.ca, and your existing bookmarks will still work, just to reiterate from the last webcast. They will redirect you to the new login pages. For existing users, if you've forgotten your password, use the Forgot button password to change your password. Your old password from the previous MyAccount will not work in the new MyAccount, so the first time that you log in, you're going to have to create a new password. Now, when you first open an account and policy with WCB, you will get a package that contains a temporary registration code. If you have had an open policy for a while but have not yet started using MyAccount, you can call in to obtain a new registration code. In both cases, the codes expire in 30 days, so you should only call when you're ready to go through the registration process. So planning ahead is great, but this is the kind of service where you want to be ready and register in a fairly quick turnaround time. Managing user access. So, access for other employees in your business can be managed from the Manage User Access tab, the same as it is today in MyAccount. You have the ability to manage permissions for your users so they have access to only the information they should have access to and are notified of relevant changes. We are making some enhancements to this function of MyAccount as well, so it may look and feel a little bit different, and we hope that you appreciate some of the things that we've done to streamline your workflow. You can also refer to support.wcb.ns.ca for further instructions. All right, now we're going to talk about using MyAccount, and we are going to switch over to a live demo to give you guys a taste of what the platform can do for you now. So, although you can continue to use payroll reporting channels that you've been using to date, the new MyAccount now offers a new convenient payroll reporting method that provides information on premiums right away. So, from the Financials tab, click on Payroll Submission. You can see on the Year tab at the top what submissions are outstanding from you. If payroll hasn't been reported yet for a period, you will select the period from the drop-down. Click Submit. Enter the payroll amount. Note that if you have multiple payrolls for the reporting period, they should be added together. Contractor labor portion should not be added here. They will be included in the contractor labor portion. Click Calculate Premium. You will then immediately see the calculated premium owed based on the payroll you just submitted. Click Submit. You can either click on Submit or submit and make another submission if you have more payroll to report. Now, just as a note, the premium will not appear on the transaction screen until the next day. All right, now we're going to talk about modifying payroll information. So, payroll submitted through any reporting method can be seen on this screen, regardless of whether you have submitted it here or through a channel like the CRA. Now, from time to time, you may need to modify a payroll value that has already been submitted, either to add additional payroll amounts or to revise a submission due to error. So from the same place that you submitted payroll, find the payroll you want to modify in the transaction history and click the icon to the right of the number. revise the number, and resubmit. Now, if you need to enter the new revised total number, for example, if you're trying to add an additional $10,000 to a submission of $25,000, you should revise the number to be $35,000 rather than submitting a new $10,000 value. Now click Calculate Premium and Submit. Note that WCB systems will reverse the original premium charge and apply the revised premium charge rather than applying a new charge credit to represent the difference. We're now going to talk about recent transactions. So the Recent Transactions tab shows all charges and credits applied to the policy that you're viewing since the last statement of account. So note that this screen updates overnight, so you may not see transactions that have occurred here until the next day. So, the Recent Transactions screen shows the listing of all recent charges and credits that have been placed on the policy since the last statement of account. In this case, you can see a series of premium charges. This employer caught up on payroll submission a few weeks back, which is why you see a handful of premiums charged on the same day and a few late reporting penalties. You can also see an example of a premium charge reversal, which would have been as a result of a change in payroll submission like you just saw in the last step that we undertook. The current balance due is the balance that is still outstanding from the most recent statement of account. The premiums showing in the table were charged after the last statement of account, so they are not included in the total. And at the bottom of the page, if there is a balance owing on your account, you'll be able to click the button to go directly to CRA My Payment to pay your balance. And now we're going to show you how to switch between multiple policies that you might have. So before we show you the next transaction, we're just going to show you just how easy this is. So click the Switch Policy button in the top right, select from the drop down the policy you want to view, and click Select. That's it. All right. Now we're going to have a look at the Enhanced Claims Data Download feature. Previously, you would have gotten a report called an advice notice, which gave you information on claims payments. Now you can use the Claims Data Download to run this report for yourself whenever you want and include some additional information. So this is excellent because you don't have to wait on us. You can have this information on demand. To produce a report that looks the same as the advice notice, select the applicable month or payment range. Select Detail, keep other fields on this page open, and click Next. Select Policy Level, and then Next. Select at minimum the following fields to get the same info you used to get: name, payment date, payment amount, and payment description. If you want to add additional fields here, you can, but these are the minimum fields that you would need in order to create something that looks like the advice notice. Now, click Download. You're going to get another prompt. Click Save or Open. And let's have a look at what this looks like. Exactly like what you would have seen in the old advice notice. All right, now we are going to look at managing contractors and how to check clearance status. So as a lot of you know, the paper clearance process has been extended to cover employers until the end of September in 2019. But going forward, you will be able to access your up-to-date clearance status on MyAccount. To view your own clearance status, go to the WCB Account tab. So clearance status updates nightly, so it'll appear here in more real time than the current information. So we can see on this tab, this account has a policy in force, but they are not currently in good standing. Now, contractor management will be done going forward through MyAccount. and we're going to walk you through the process of recording details for 3 different types of contracts, and then we're going to cover a few frequently asked questions because we know that there are a lot of people that are very interested in how this process works. So, the current process for managing contractors includes the completion of the annual subcontractor report, where you track subcontractors you use throughout the year and report them at the end of the year. We know sometimes trying to finalize information at the end of the year can be challenging. So, through the management of subcontractors on the new MyAccount, you will have visibility to up-to-date clearance information so you can make informed decisions before you contract. So for 2019, use the method we're about to discuss going forward. We ask that you also enter, at minimum, contractors that you use during the first half of the year for which you owe premiums. So those are the contractors that were not cleared or not registered with WCB. As always, please keep a record of all of the contractors you've hired for audit purposes. Before we get into managing contractors, let's review the clearance statuses you will see listed next to potential contractors. These are the 3 clearance statuses that you will see when you search for contractors on MyAccount. Clear, which means that the contractor has an account with WCB and it is in good standing. The contractor is responsible for their own coverage. Not clear is when the contractor does have an account with WCB but does not have current active clearance. If you hire this contractor, you will be accepting the liability and you'll be charged a premium payment associated with the contract's labor portion. And then finally, not registered. The contractor has no account with us. If you choose to hire the contractor, you will accept liability and you'll be charged a premium payment associated with the contract's labor portion, the same as if they were in the not clear status. So, let's have a look at recording contractors in each of these statuses. So, contractors in clear status require the least information as the contractor is responsible for their own coverage. So, on this tab, we're going to enter the business number or the company name in the search field. So we see here that Barry's Lawn and Garden is clear. Check the box next to the contractor's name and select Hire Selected Contractor. Now we're going to enter the dates that he will be working for us. We're going to enter the type of work performed, and we're going to click Submit and Hire. Click Hire again. We've hired the contractor and they are added to your list. As this contractor is responsible for their own coverage, that's all we need to do. Now, let's have a look at what happens when we're going to hire a contractor that is not clear with us. These contractors require a little bit more information because you're going to be responsible for paying any associated premiums. So, same as before, we're going to search for the company. We're going to check the box next to the contractor's name and select Hire Selected Contractor. And as you can see, they are not clear, so this is going to look a little different. So here you can see it has a little bit more information about liability and premiums, just as a reminder. And if you still want to hire this contractor, you click I will accept the liability. Now, we're going to enter the value of the contract, and this is the value that we're going to use to calculate the premiums that are owed. Now we're going to enter the type of work being performed, whether or not it is labor only, and we're going to include what percentage of the contract is labor. So here it's 50% labor, 50% materials. So we're only going to be charged premiums based on the 50% of this contract that is labor, just for clarity. So we're going to enter the contract dates. And as you can see on the bottom of the screen here, the rate is showing. So this is going to be $2.79 per $100 in payroll. Now, select Next. Click the checkbox, which is effectively an electronic signature, and sign the acknowledgement, submit, and hire the contractor. You have now selected the contractor. They've been added to your list just like a contractor that had clear status, but in this circumstance, you've accepted the liability and paid premiums. So those are the extra couple of steps associated with that. Now we're going to have a look at what happens when we try to hire a contractor that is not registered with the WCB. So if the contractor appears in the list as not registered, follow the same steps as for not clear. If they don't appear in the search results, you're going to get a prompt to hire a new contractor. So we're going to click on Add New Contractor. So we're going to fill in as much information as we have. And the system is going to do a search and will present you with potential existing contractors, because we don't always know the exact spelling or their business number, so we're going to see if there's anything similar that may be the contractor that we're trying to hire. So if we have information on the address, we can enter that now. Click Next. So if there was an option that came up here that matched the information that we submitted, it would appear in a list here. However, nothing has shown up, so we're going to go with option 2. So we're going to click Next, and we're going to create a new contractor profile here. Now we're going to include, the same as in not clear, the value of the work performed, type of work performed, and percentage of labor. This might look familiar because this is the exact same as the process for hiring a contractor that is not clear. We're going to say that this is a labor-only contract, so obviously that will be 100%. We'll choose the same contract duration. Same as before, we can see the assessment premium on the bottom. We click Next. Electronic signature, click the box, and then click Submit and Hire. There we go. Same as before, we've hired the contractor, and we've accepted the premium liability. Now, contractor premiums will be charged the next time your regular payroll is submitted, either by you or through another channel like a payroll provider. So for example, if we entered contractor details today and we remit payroll monthly, we will see the contractor premium charged on our July statement of account once the June payroll details are entered. If we submit multiple contractors during the month of June, we would see this as one contractor line item on the statement, not separate line items for each contractor. Once you submit contractor details, you will not be able to see a record. For the time being, we encourage you to maintain a record for your future reference. If you have hired contractors in not registered or not clear status, and the contract ended up being a higher value than you originally thought, you can hire the contractor again with a value that represents the difference following the same steps that we just went through. In this case, you have already been charged a premium for the amount that you reported, so adding a value that represents the difference will charge a premium associated with the remainder that wasn't reported. So for example, if you reported $20,000 and the contract ended up being $30,000, hire the contractor again in MyAccount with a value of $10,000. So this is different to how payroll changes work, where you should edit the payroll and provide the new whole value. So just as a reminder, if you need to update payroll, you should edit the pre-existing entry for payroll to reflect the accurate amount. If you need to edit the value of a contract, add a new item that represents the difference of what the contract ended up being valued at. So if the contract ends up being less than expected, you will need to contact us to update the details. So give us a call at our 1-800 number and we will be able to help you out. So now we're going to go through a couple of frequently asked questions. So over the last couple of months, these are some of the things that keep coming up when we're speaking with employers. So 1, will I still need to submit my contractor report at the end of the year? The good news is, no, you're not going to be asked to submit the report this year. As discussed, please use MyAccount going forward and log contractors you used at the beginning of the year that you owe premiums for. The system will keep track of this for you, and that eliminates the need for the annual subcontractor report. Next question. What do I do if I don't know the value of the contract when the contract begins? We're asking that you give us the best estimate that you have, and then you can adjust later if it's required. So, how do I record a contract when I hire an individual to do work if they don't have a business number? Well, we actually just went over that. It's the same as hiring somebody that's not registered with us. Follow those steps because a business number is not required for the process. Use the name of the person that you're hiring as the company name. Next question. When I'm bidding on work outside of the province, is there any document that I can provide as proof of coverage as those employers are not on WCB Nova Scotia's MyAccount? You can obtain a letter from WCB for these cases. Please contact us for assistance at that same 1-800 number that you can search by Googling us or on our main website. Now, the reverse. What if I want to hire an out-of-province contractor? So first, you're going to look up the contractor in the contractor search like we just showed you how to do. If they appear with the clearance status that you expect, you proceed, you hire them as usual like any other contractor that does have clear coverage. If they do not appear in the results or are showing with a clearance status that you didn't expect, ask them to get in contact with the WCB to discuss coverage requirements. Again, 1-800 number. So, let's say we have a contractor that has recently registered with MyAccount. When are we going to see them show up on MyAccount? There will be a short delay from the time that a contractor registers for coverage and when you see them in MyAccount, as we're working through the steps of getting their policy set up. If you don't find them in the search results, give us a call, and we may have access to more information than what is available on MyAccount at that point in time. Next, a contractor provided me with a bidding letter during the tendering process. They are now on site, but I don't see them listed in MyAccount. When should I expect to see them? So, contractors are expected to register for coverage when they start work. So there may be a short delay from the time they register to when you see them in MyAccount, same as the previous question. So, same as the previous question, if you don't find them in the search results, please give us a call and we may be able to see something that hasn't shown up on MyAccount yet. All right, now we're going to have a look at secure messaging in MyAccount. So this is pretty well the same as in the previous version, but we have made a few enhancements. So to send a new message, click New Secure Message. Select a topic. So this is going to help ensure that the message gets to the right person as quickly as possible. If you have a claim number, enter it in the WCB claim number box. Please don't include information on multiple claims within the same secure message. The reason for this is that the information that you send us via secure messaging will be added to a claim file, and it's a privacy concern if we have information on multiple claims within one message. So please, one claim, one message. Pretty straightforward question. Now, if you have an attachment, you can click to attach a file, and you can now attach up to 10 megabytes of files. So after you attach it, you can see how much more space you have left remaining in the message. So here we haven't uploaded anything, so we still have the full 10 megabytes to work with. Now, if we're ready to send the message, click Send. And there we go. Now, we're going to have a look at contact details. So, your administrator for MyAccount has the ability to update contact details for the billing and claims contact for your policy. Each policy can only have one billing and one claims contact. So, if we're going to update some contact information, go to WCB Account, click on the contact that you're going to update, click the Edit button, and update with the new details. Note that the name of the contact should always be in the address line 1. This will serve as a care of. Click OK when you're done. Are you sure? Yes, we are. And there we go. Very straightforward. Now I'd like to talk about some resources that are going to be available to you. So support.wcb.ns.ca is your one-stop shopping for any support you might need regarding MyAccount. It is searchable and it has a wealth of information on anything that you're trying to navigate. So I would highly encourage you to have a visit, look around, and see what's available to you. So that's all that we have for today. As you start using MyAccount, if you have further questions, please use your normal support channels. Otherwise, please call toll-free 1-800-870-3331. Thank you for taking the time to view this today, and see you next time.